Welcome to episode number 2 of this MLB The Show 22 Postseason series. And today I'm obviously playing my MLB The Show 22 Postseason bracket or Postseason series or whatever you want to call it. It's game 1 between the Minnesota Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays. Game 1, like I said, of the ALDS Best of 5 Division Series. Game 1 will be at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Technically, you might say Tampa, but it's Tampa Bay Rays, but the Tropicana Field where the Rays play is technically in St. Petersburg, but either way, game 1's at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Joe Ryan pitching for the Twins and Corey Kluber pitching for the Rays. As I just said, game 1 is in Tampa. First 2 games are in Tampa, and then games 3 and 4, obviously game 4, if necessary, is in Minneapolis at Target Field, and then game 5, if necessary, will be back at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. And I'll show you the final scores of game 1 between the division series between the Astros and the White Sox, and then I'll show you the final score of the NLDS between the Braves and the Brewers right now. And I'll show you the final score of the NL Wildcard game too. So you saw, spoilers, Twins won the AL Wildcard game 3-2 over the Angels in 13 innings. If you haven't seen that episode yet, although I just spoiled the score, it will be in the eye in the sky in the top right corner right up here. The Shabana icon pops up at the beginning of the video, and then the NL Wildcard game, the Dodgers won 3-2. So both Wildcard games, the home team won 3-2. Dodgers were down 2-0. So both teams scored 2 runs in the 4th. It was the Cardinals and Dodgers at Dodger Stadium in LA. Both teams scored 2 runs in the 4th, and then the Dodgers scored 1 in the 6th and won the game 3-2. And then Chicago and Houston, game 1 in Houston. White Sox won at 1-0 in 10 innings. After they scored that 1 run in the top of the 10th. And then Liam Hendricks, the White Sox closer, shut it down at the bottom of the 10th. Preserved the White Sox 1-0 win in game 1, and they lead that best of 5 series 1-0, obviously. The Braves and the Brewers in Milwaukee for game 1 without Ronald Acuna Jr. because I did not realize he was not on the playoff roster, and you can't change, you can't add a player to the playoff roster and obviously remove a player from the playoff roster. You can't really add or remove any players from the playoff roster during a series unless there's a player injury that's more than day to day, and then you can replace that player with someone. Let's say a right fielder's out with a broken leg or torn ACL, where he's done that's more than day to day. Then I can replace him with another outfielder or another right fielder. But the Braves won game 1 of their series in Milwaukee 1-0. They scored their 1 run in the top of the 2nd inning. So both wildcard games, the home team won 3-2, and then game 1 between Chicago and Houston, and then game 1 between Atlanta and Milwaukee. Both of those games, the road team won the game 1-0. So it's kind of weird. I did play all 4 of those games. Obviously, the AL wildcard game was on camera, but the NL wildcard game and then game 1 between Chicago and Houston, and then game 1 between Atlanta and Milwaukee were off camera. And now here, there's 4 games here on October 6th, 2022. First of the 4 games is game 1 between Minnesota and Tampa Bay in Tampa, obviously, or in St. Petersburg. And then next episode of the series, obviously, will be game 2 of the series, which will be the next day on October 7th, 2022. And that'll be Chris Archer versus I think Shane McClanahan. That's the matchup for game 2. Starting pitching matchup for game 2. Starting pitching matchup for game 1 is Joe Ryan and Corey Kluber. And Joe Ryan, by the way, I don't know if you know this, he's a former Ray. So Nelson Cruz, who's like a 40-year-old slut, he was playing DH for the Twins last year, and we picked him up during the offseason after the 2018 season, so the offseason prior to the 2019 season, and we had him 2019, 2020, and then obviously, I think then we re-signed him, or no, I think that we signed him before the 2019 season, 2 years, 7 years of club option. We picked up that club option for 2020. And I think we re-signed him for like 1 year for 2021, but then we traded him sometime in July before the trade deadline, which is July 31st. So we traded him sometime in July to the Rays, and Joe Ryan, who was a prospect, and one of the top pitchers in the Rays organization. He was not on the Rays. He was in the Rays organization, but just not on the big league club. He was in AA or AAA, I think, or he possibly could have been in Single A, but I'm not exactly sure. But either way, I think we might have the Rays weed out more than Joe Ryan back for Nelson Cruz. I'm not exactly sure. So I don't think it was one up Joe Ryan for Nelson Cruz. There were some other players involved, like some players that went over to the Twins or some players that went over to the Rays. But the big 2 names, or the 2 names I can remember, Joe Ryan came to us, the Twins, and then Nelson Cruz went over to the Rays. And Joe Ryan, well, last year did come up and started like 3 games, I think, for the Twins. I think it came up as a September call-up. After then last year, the Twins didn't make the playoffs and finished, I think, like 4th in the AL Central. And then this year, he was made the big league club, was the opening day starter, and now in real life, I believe he just had COVID, and he's now on the COVID IL. I think he might be back. I'm not exactly sure. I know Carlos Correa, like 2 days ago, not tested positive for COVID-19, so now he's on the COVID IL. And Joe Ryan, I think, tested positive like a week ago. I'm not exactly sure if he's still on the COVID IL. I'm not sure how long he can stay on there. It just depends, I think, if he's vaccinated or not. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, it's Joe Ryan versus Corey Kluber in this game. Joe Ryan, I think he's technically still considered a rookie. And then Corey Kluber, obviously, is a veteran. He's been on the, well, when the Indians were called the Indians. Then he was on the Rangers, I think, last year. And I think, didn't he throw a no-hitter? Or maybe not, but either way, he was on the Indians when they were called the Indians. Now they're the Guardians, obviously. Then he was on the Rangers, I believe, last year. Now I believe he was on the Rangers last year, and obviously he's on the Rays this year. So I just said he was on the Indians when they were called the Indians. Then he was on the Rangers, I believe, last year, and now he's on the Rays this year, here in 2022. Yeah. So, yeah, Game 1, here on October 6th, 2022. Twins at Rays at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, Game 1. Let's get it. Game's at 7:05 Eastern. 7:05 Eastern Standard Time. Let's get into it. Play full game. The Rays will be the red controller, and the Twins will be the blue controller. For all these games, the home team's always the red controller, and the road team's always a blue controller. So like I said, the Rays are the red controller, and the Twins are the blue controller. And that's Corey Kluber, the feature player for the Rays, and then Jorge Pondo's the feature player for the Twins. Yeah, alternate one uniforms for the Rays, road uniforms for the Twins. Tropicana Field holds 25,025. Opened in 1990. Yeah, like I said, Tropicana Field holds 25,025. Yes, only 25,025. And then open, like I said, in 1990. Presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts on. Obviously, it's a dome, so it doesn't matter. It's a dome, so we're inside. There's not inside, so obviously no like rain or anything. So yeah, presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts will be on. Joe Ryan is a rookie because you can see the R next to his name. So it's righty versus righty. Kluber's the 83 and Ryan's the 76. You have Brandon Lau, Wander Franco, Austin Meadows is the DH, Randy Rosarena, G-Man Choi, Yanni Diaz, Manuel Mardo, and then Mike Zunino, and then Tevin Kiermaier. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then on the other side, Buxton, the only one that I might switch up, maybe like the DH. That's the only thing I might switch up, maybe. I mean, I don't know who. Our bench is Royce Lewis, Ryan Jeffers, Jose Miranda, and Trevor Larnach. I know I put in. Well, I know the only change I'm gonna do for either team, I'm gonna put Royce Lewis as a shortstop as DH to replace Nick Gordon. So that's the only change. Is Nick Gordon and Royce Lewis are both shortstops, but Royce Lewis can also play center base, third base, and center field. And then Nick Gordon also can play, obviously, as a shortstop, but he also can play second, left, center, and right. So that's the only change I'm gonna do. So I replaced Nick Gordon at DH with Royce Lewis. He'll still be batting at ninth. So I just take the place of Nick Gordon at DH, batting ninth, and that's the only change I'm gonna do for either team on the play opponent's first game. And John Shambi is not turned down at all. Let's get into Game 1. ALDS, Twins, Rays, in St. Petersburg. Oh, that's probably a thumbnail right there. As pregame festivities here at Tropicana Field is wrapping up. Like I just said, introductions are wrapping up. Game 1 of the LDS moments away. We are here at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida for Game 1 of the 2022 ALDS, as it's a best of 5 ALDS, and it features the Minnesota Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi there, everybody. Vinny James, 342, 18 Man Cave. Welcome to postseason baseball here on the show. This is Game 1 of the 2022 ALDS. It's the best of 5 division series. Twins and Rays. The Twins won the wild card game against the Angels at Target Field, Minneapolis, 3-2 in 13 innings. Now it's 2 nights ago in this game, and after the Rays, well, after this is their first game of the postseason, as best of 5 division series, Twins Rays, as its former Ray. The starting pitching matchup is Joe Ryan, the former Ray, and Corey Kluber, the veteran. Game 1, or first pitch of Game 1 of the LDS, comes your way next. Corey Kluber, 16 starts in 2021, a 5-3 record, a 3.83 ERA, 80 innings pitched, 74 hits, 1.34 WHIP, 33 walks, and 82 strikeouts. Obviously, he didn't play the entirety of last season, obviously, because if he did, he would have had a lot more starts, a lot more strikeouts, well, hopefully not a lot more walks, but a lot more strikeouts and more starts and stuff. Slurve, cutter, center, circle change, and a 4-seam fastball for Kluber. As 1-1 pitch to Buxton, as we're on your way here in Game 1 at Tropicana Field. 1-1 pitch to Buxton. Ground ball in the hole! And that's a base hit for Byron Buxton, the lead off Game 1. 98 speed Buxton at first base with nobody out. And he's a seal threat. I believe it has stolen base in the AL wildcard game 2 nights ago in this game. Here's Luis Arraez, who drove in the winning run in the AL wildcard game. He also drove in 2 runs, and also the second run he drove in was the game winning run in the bottom of the 13th in the wild card game. Here's Arraez. Line drive, left center. Coming in is Rosarena, and he's down on the run, 1 down. He didn't miss anything. Fly out for Arraez. Here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton, Luis Arraez, Carlos Correa, Jorge Polanco, Gio Urshela, Matt Kepler, Gary Sanchez, Alex Kurlioff, and Royce Lewis at DH. 228 home runs in 2021 for the Twins. I believe that's at 3rd in the AL. There's Carlos Correa, who drove in. Twins scored 3 runs in the AL wildcard game, and Carlos Correa drove in the second one on Tuesday night. Well, I think it was Tuesday night, but 2 nights ago in this game. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball deep right center field. Back is Kiermaier. It stays in the yard, and it's playable for Tevin Kiermaier. 2 down. So a single, then back-to-back flyouts. 2 down in the first. Now it's Polanco, who did not record a hit, I believe, in the AL wildcard game. The only player that didn't was Polanco, and then obviously Sanchez, and then Lewis. Well, he's batted 0 because he didn't play in the AL wildcard game. Here we go. 1-2 pitch to Jorge Polanco. Little pop-up as he jammed him. Kluber did with the center, and it's caught by Zanino right in front of home plate, in and over. Leadoff single for Buxton, but then 2 flyouts and a pop-out. 1 hit and 1 left for Minnesota. Rays coming to the bat, no score in Game 1. Joe Ryan, the former Ray, 5 starts last season, 2021, a 2-1 record, 4.05 ERA, 26 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits, 0.79 WHIP, 5 walks, and 30 strikeouts. I said I believe it was September call-up last year. And 5 starts, 2-1 record, not bad. He was never, I believe, on the Rays, like the bid league club, but he was in the Rays organization. 4-seam fastball, a slider, a circle change, and a curveball for Ryan. As Joe Ryan was, like I said, part of that Nelson Cruz trade last July. Here's Lau. Ground ball, Correa will field it to the right of second. Throw to Luis Arraez, 1 down. And the starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Brandon Lau, Wander Franco, Austin Meadows, the DH, Randy Rosarena, G-Man, Shohei Yandy Diaz, Manuel Mardo, Mike Zanino, and Tevin Kiermaier. 222 home runs, 2021. That was 3rd in the AL. Didn't the Twins have 222 as well? I'm not that sure. But either way, here's Wander Franco. I believe what was the #1 prospect, and then it was called up last year. #1 prospect in baseball. Ground ball, Polanco. And 2 down. Quickly 2 down. Here's Austin Meadows, the Tampa Bay DH. Shift is on. And it's a foul ball, and the circle change outside 1 and 2 to the Rays DH. Here we go, Ryan for a 1-2-3 inning here in his first career postseason start. Ground ball right to Correa to the right of second. Low throw at pitch by Arise as he saves an error for Correa, who had 1 in the AL wildcard game. And the 1, no score in game 1. For the second, here's Gio Urshela, who's part of the trade with Josh Johnson and Isaiah Tanner-Falefa to the Yankees. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. As I just said, Gio Urshela and Gary Sanchez, who are on the Twins, got traded from the Yankees to the Twins in exchange for Josh Donaldson and Isaiah Tanner-Falefa. Fly ball right center, or excuse me, right field, deep, Mardo, but he'll make it shy of the track by about 5 feet, 1 down. As I just said, Isaiah Tanner-Falefa and Josh Donaldson got sent to the Yankees for Gary Sanchez, or really it was Josh Johnson, Isaiah Tanner-Falefa, and it was some other catcher for the Twins. I forgot his name, but those 3 players were sent for Urshela and Sanchez. Here's Kepler, 1-0 pitch. Ground ball in the shift, Franco to the right of second. 2 down. Remember, the Rays did go to the World Series 2 years ago in 2020 in the bubble in Arlington, but lost to the Dodgers, 4-2, right? 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, loud to the left of second. On the run, dotted to pitch by Choi. Middle of 2, no score. Bottom 2 here in game 1, no scores. Rosarena, the Tampa Bay cleanup man. Fly ball, deep right center field. Perfect, puts it on his horse, and he'll make the catch well shy of the track. And deep right center field, 1 down as Rosarena hit it on the nose, but went right into Butson's glove, 2 down, or excuse me, 1 down. Now 1-2 pitch to G-Man Choi. Swing and a miss, strike three in the dirt. Sanchez is down to throw it to first from his knees. He throws it to Arise at first base, 2 down. First strike down of the game for Ryan. 5 up, 5 down, and now it's Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz. Ground ball, Ryan will snare it. Throw to Ryan's in and over. 1-2-3 to the Rays. Sits up, sits down. Start the game for Joe Ryan. Middle of end of 2, no score. They went out like Stella pooped like 20 minutes ago. Where are you gonna be? I don't know. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball snared by Kluber. And the shift was on, so even if it got by Kluber, that was purely off. It was probably going to get out anyways because the shift was on. Now it's Royce Lewis, the DH. His first postseason at bat. He did not play in the AL wildcard game. Nick Gordon was the DH, but Royce Lewis is the DH here in game 1. Fly ball, Kiermaier. Routine. And Kiermaier will call on catch in and over. With her 2.5, or never mind, 2 down, not 1, 2 outs, not 3. And sorry about talking around pooping and stuff. It just, my dad was asking about that, and so about the Dons. So sorry about that, but happens. 1-1 pitch to Butson, who's single off the game. Since then, there hasn't been a base runner for either side. Here we go. 1-2 pitch to Butson. Shift is on. Fly ball, center field, Kiermaier to those left, and he will make the catch. Butson had a single lead off the game. Since then, no base runners and no hits for either side. Middle of 3, no score. Here's Mardo, 7, 8, 9 due up for the Rays here in the bottom of the 3rd, looking for their first hit and their first base runner. 20th pitch of the game for Ryan. A shift is not on. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right center. Butson is there. 1 down. And now it's Mike Zunino I forgot who's on deck. Zunino will ground one. Ryan will field it on the mound. 2 down quickly. It's 8 down for Ryan. And he's only thrown 24 pitches. Now 26. Now it's Kevin Kiermaier. That's the first thing I forgot about. Here we go. 2-1 count to Kiermaier. Ground ball at the middle. Flat down by Correa. Gotta hurry. Good pitch by Arise. The second of the game on a low throw by Correa. 9 up, 9 down for the Rays. Or for Joe Ryan, the Twins starting pitcher. And the 3-0 score. There's Arise, who flew out in the first. Obviously was a hero in the AL wildcard game. The walk-off single, ground ball Diaz. Zips it over to G-Man Choi. 1 down. And now it's Carlos Correa that got via free agency this past offseason. 39th pitch for Kluber. Ground ball, right side, Lau. Quickly to G-Man Choi, 2 down. As we have pitchers though so far, only 1 hit was by Byron Buxton to lead off the game. Since then, no base runners and no hits for either side. Here's Polanco, 0 for 1 in the game. Ground ball, and he punches it between Lau and Franco. Second hit of the game for the Twins. As they have both hits in this game, both base runners. 2 out single for Polanco, extends the inning for Gio Urshela. Here we go. Fly ball, right center, routine for Kevin Kiermaier in right center, and an over. And a 2 out single by Polanco goes to waste. 1 hit, 1 left for Minnesota. Middle of 4, no score in game 1. Here's Brandon Lau. They're still in for their first hit, first base runner. The Rays are. 30th pitch of the game for Ryan. Ground ball, right to Correa behind second. The shift was on. Throws to Arise, 1 down. As there's been no hitting in this game. Here's Wander Franco. Or Franco. Here we go. Rays looking for their first hit and their first base runner. Ground ball, Correa in his normal position. Throws to Arise again, 2 down. As Ryan's quickly working along with Kluber, because there's still no score. The pitchers throw through 3 2/3. Here we go. 34th pitch. Here's Meadows. Fly ball, center field. Buxton standing right there. Goes back 5 feet in and over. 12 up, 12 down for Ryan. No score after 4. Remember that I know this is the 4th inning or 5th inning now. The extra inning rule is off, by the way. There's a universal DH in this postseason bracket, and the extra inning runner, which means you did, or extra inning rule, which means you did a runner at second base. The start extra innings is off, so the extra inning rule is off, and there is a universal DH, like I just said. 1-1 pitch to Kepler, foul ball, 1-2 to the Twins right fielder. Then on deck, I believe what is Gary Sanchez, right? Here we go. Here we go. Ground ball in the shift. Lau will feel it from shallow right field. Got him. 1 down. Both pitchers are dealing right now. 1-2 pitch to the Twins catcher. Ground ball hit hard. Against the shift past Lau. 1 out single for Sanchez. The 3rd hit of the game for the Twins. 1 on, 1 out for Minnesota. Now it's Alex Turlioff with the DH Royce Lewis on deck. Ground balls to be 2. Franco, Lau, Choi, double play. Good pitch by Choi and over. Halfway home in game 1. No score here in Tampa or in St. Petersburg. Here we go. Bottom 5. Here's a Rosarena. Only the 37th pitch coming from Ryan. Fly ball, Kepler standing right there. 1 down. Now it's G-Man Choi, who struck out Swin in his last at bat. 40th pitch of the game for Ryan. They're 4 1/3. Fly ball, another one. There's been a lot of fly balls. Turlioff is over, or Kirilloff. That's his name, not Turlioff. Kirilloff is there. 2 down. And now it's Yandy Diaz. 14 down for Minnesota and Joe Ryan. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. Ryan will snare it. Throw it to Ryan. And that's 5 perfect innings for Joe Ryan. No score after 5 in game 1. Top 6, still no score. We only have 3 hits, 3 singles. Here's Royce Lewis, the DH, and the top of the order, and Buxton and Arise. Lewis 0 for 1. Ground ball. Kluber knocked it down, then picked it up. Plenty of time to hit Lewis 2 down. Or excuse me, 1 down. And both pitchers are efficient. Only 3 hits for Minnesota, 0 for Tampa. And there hasn't been a runner that's been to second base for either side. Buxton's up. Diaz in a few steps at third. That's swing and miss on the circle change. 1 and 2 to Buxton. 1 for 2 with a single. That's a ground ball. Loud to his left. Out of hurry on the run. Dot. But no. Safe at first base. He looked like he was out and the Rays might challenge. As they have 20 seconds to challenge, as they might challenge the call by the first base umpire. As it looked like Buxton was, well, the call was safe. It looked like he was out though with the naked eye, and oh yes, he was out. That's an Angel Hernandez call. He was out by maybe even a full step or a half a step, maybe even a full step, and they will call, and they will say they want to challenge. Tampa will, and it'll be up to the umpires in New York. I mean, look at that. Well, I mean, the ball's in the bat of the glove of Choi way before Buxton. I mean, he should be out, and obviously it's up to the umpires in New York, as what is the rule in here in a couple seconds. And the call by the home plate umpire is out. The umpires in New York said he was out, which he was, and the Rays will get another challenge if they want to use it later in the ball game. 2 down, no runners on. Top 6, 2-2 pitch to the Twins first baseman. Fly ball at a looper behind second. Frank goes down. He makes the catch. In and over. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Middle of 6, still scoreless here in St. Petersburg. It's Mardo, Zanino, and Frank. It's Mardo, Zanino, and Kiermaier in the 6th. No base runners or hits for Tampa. Still no runs. There's only been 3 hits all in Minnesota. Ground ball up the middle, and there goes the no-hitter and the perfect game for Joe Ryan. It lasted 5 innings. First hit of the game for Tampa. 1 on, nobody out. 1 on, nobody out for Mike Zanino. 1 on pitch. Foul ball, 1 and 2 to the Rays catcher. 1-2 pitch. And that is just outside. 2-2 pitch. Ground balls to be 2. Polanco under and flip the Correa. Throw to Arise. Double play. And he has faced the minimum Ryan has for 5 2/3. 4-6-3 double play. 2 down. Win expectancy 51% for the Rays, 49% for the Twins. So basically even, or just over even. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball center field. That was Kiermaier was up. And Ryan's faced him. He's given up a hit, so no hitter and no perfect game. But he's faced the minimum through 6. We had the 7, no score. Here we go. The race for the Twins. 1 was a first down double play, and then 3 hits for the Twins. One was a race down double play. Rays have 1 hit, but that was a race down double play. Line drive. Mardo over, and he will off the dive in Mardo. And it's a 1-out or a leadoff single for Carlos Correa. And he represents the go-ahead run here in the 7th. And now Polanco with a 3-2 count. You might see Correa on the move maybe with nobody out. There's something about Jeffrey Springs in the Rays bullpen, which is in foul territory down the right field line. Here we go. Full count to Jorge Polanco. Fly ball, shallow left center. Rosarena's there, 1 down. Here's Urshela 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. 2-1 count. Ground balls to be 2. Lau, Franco, Choi. That's another double play. 2 in the game for the Twins. 7 in stretch time here at the ballpark. No score in game 1. Here we go. Bottom 7 notching in the Minnesota bullpen as he's only thrown 57 pitches. Ryan has. Here's Lau, top fielder for the Rays. Ground ball. Correa and fields it from the outfield. Grass got Lau. 1 down. Good play, and now it's Franco. 3-1 hitters count. And that is low by a hair. It's a 1-out walk for Franco. And that's a no-hitter run at first base with no but or runner. That's a no-hitter run at first base with 1 out. They're starting to warm up. Jorge Alcala in the Twins bullpen and fouled ground on the left field line. 1 on, 1 out for Austin Meadows. Line drive past the diving Correa, or past the diving Polanco rather, and that was perfect hit. Perfect hit for Meadows. 2 on, 1 out for Tampa. And that was past the diving Polanco, 111 miles per hour off the bat. Launching was 3 degrees, but a 111 off the bat. 2 on, 1 out for Arozarena. 3-1 hitters count too. And that is in there, 3-2. As he threw the circle change and got it in there for a strike. Now it's a full count with 1 out, 2 on, 1 out. Little jam shot. He jammed in with the 4-seam fastball. Kepler's there. Runners will stay put. 2 down. And Kepler throws it on the fly to Urshela at third. 2 down, 2 out. Or 2 on, 2 out for G-Man Choi. Count through his 14, 3-2 pitch. And that's a ground ball. Correa will zip it over to Arise. And it's a low throw again, but Arise 3 for 3 for those low throws by Correa. And the Rays strand a pair of runners. Way to the 8th, no score. Here's Kepler. 79 pitch for Kluber. This is the 8th inning of work. Fly ball. Kumar standing right there. Did the shift on. 1 down. Now it's Terry Sanchez. 3-1 hitters count to Twins catcher. And that is low, ball 4 on the slurve at 82 miles per hour. 1 out, 1 for Sanchez. And he's a go-ahead run at first base with 1 away for Alex Kirilloff. Here we go. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball center field, fairly deep, but it's nowhere near the wall or the warning track. Kiermaier's got it. 2 down. Now it's Royce Lewis, top viewer, following if the inning continues. 2-1 count to Lewis. Fly ball, right field. Mardo's standing right there, and the inning is over. Middle of 8, still no score in game 1. For bat, Yandy Diaz. Bottom 8, Ryan's still in this game. He's going strong. But neither team can score. Ground ball, Polanco. 1 down. There's Manuel Mardo. 81st pitch of the game for Ryan. They're 7 1/3. Ground ball past the Rise. 1 out Sindel, and that's a go-ahead run at first base. Here we go, and now it's Mike Zunino, and here comes Jorge Alcala from the Minnesota Twins bullpen. Runner at first base is responsible of Ryan. Slider, 14 fastball, a circle change in a slider. Or no, a slider, a 14 fastball, a circle change in a sinker. 14 fastball handed to triple digits. 1 on, 1 out for Zunino. Ground ball, and past the diving. Polanco going to third as the runner at first. Puts and throws it to third off the line, but the runner would have been safe anyways. Runs in the corners, 1 out for Tampa Bay. The go-ahead runs now 90 feet away for Kevin Kiermaier. It was hard to double up. What did I just do? I didn't want to... No, I didn't want that. What the heck? Here we go. Runs in the corners, 1 out. Double plays in order, but it's hard to double them up. There, Springs is ready and waiting. They're starting to warm up their closer, Andrew Kittredge, the Tampa Bay is. And they're starting to warm up Cody. They're starting to warm up Caleb Thielbar in the Twins bullpen. Here we go. Runs in the corners, 1 out for Kiermaier. Snapped his bat. It's like hard to turn 2. Second one, first, but Kiermaier will beat out the relay. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI for Kevin Kiermaier. He jammed himself as he hit it off the, sounded like the handle of the bat. But Correa had to go to his left, and Kiermaier at 88 speed. So got the runner at second, but Kiermaier safe at first, and now Kiermaier was the runner at first was out at second, but the batter Kiermaier is safe at first. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI for Kiermaier, and the Rays have the lead. 1 on, 2 out for Lau. Roll a ground ball. Correa will flip it to Polanco in and over, and that 1 run scored by the Rays was charged to Ryan. So now, right now, Ryan's in line for the loss. Last chance for the Twins, down 1-0 here in Game 1. Team at 4 hits. Rays just got a run on that fielder's choice by Kiermaier. Top the order, butts in, arrives Polanco. And here comes, as I said, Springs is ready and waiting, and here comes the Tampa Bay closer. And trying to shut the door. Kluber will be done, 8 innings strong. He's in line for the win. Ryan's in line for the loss. And Kiermaier, or not Kiermaier, but Kluber will div the ball to Kevin Cash. Andrew Kittredge, slider, center, and 14 muscle. Butts into down, that'll be huge. They see his 98 speed. To the pitch. Ground ball, it's not tough to get him out. Lau, what a throw, and he got him! What a throw by Lau, and a deep busted with 98 speed off first base. And now it's a rise, and then it's Polanco. What a play. Line or ground ball, Franco. Throw to Choi, 2 down, and the Twins are down their final out here in Game 1. Correction, it's Correa's bat. Now then it's Polanco. Correa, last chance for Minnesota. Here we go. One swing of the bat to tie the game now. Ground ball at the middle. Lau will field it. He'll throw it, and that's the game. And the Rays win Game 1, 1-0. They did 1 run in the 8th inning on the fielder's choice by Kevin Kiermaier, as that's how the Rays scored their only run in the game in the bottom of the 8th, and that's all they needed. As the Twins go 1-2-3 in the 9th inning, and the Rays win Game 1, 1-0. And they lead. The Rays win Game 1 of this best of 5 ALDS 1-0. As the Rays lead this best of 5 division series 1-9. As Joe Ryan did get the loss, Corey Kluber got the win. Joe Ryan got the loss, and Andrew Kittredge got the save. As the Rays lead this best of 5 division series 1-0, as they beat the Twins 1-0 here in Game 1. End of a game. As both teams only had 4 hits, but the Rays only got the only run in the game, and it was on the fielder's choice by Kevin Kiermaier, who went 0 for 3 in the game with the go-ahead RBI in it, or at the time the go-ahead RBI. Now the game-winning RBI. As there was runners in the corners, 1 out. He got jammed as the pitch by who came in? I don't remember who. Well, by the reliever for Minnesota. He jammed him as the ball sounded like that. It wasn't the barrel. It probably was around the handle of the bat. But it wasn't right. If it was right to Correa, I think that was going to be a double play. But because Correa had to go to his right, I might have said his left, but because Correa had to go to his right, he did still not the out at second base. But because Kiermaier at 88 speed, Kiermaier was safe at first base because he had 88 speed, and because Correa had to go to his right. If it was right to Correa, that was going to be a double play. But because Correa had to go to his right, it allowed Kiermaier to get down the line and be safe at first base for the fielder's choice, and that scored the run. And then the Twins were 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th. As Twins had no runs on, or the Twins had no runs on 4 hits, no errors, and the Rays had 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. So both teams had 4 hits and no errors, but the difference in this game was the Rays had 1 run and the Twins had 0. And that one run scored by the Rays in the bottom of the 8th on that fielder's choice by Kevin Kiermaier. The player of the game is Corey Kluber, went 8 innings, 4 hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk, and no earned runs. As Kluber gets the win, Ryan gets the loss, and Kittredge gets the save. As like I said, Kluber gets the win, Ryan gets the loss, and Kittredge gets the save. And like I said, also Corey Kluber is the player of the game. As Corey Kluber gets the win, Joe Ryan gets the loss, and Andrew Kittredge gets the save. Corey Kluber is the player of the game. So Corey Kluber is the player of the game, and he gets the win. And like I said, Joe Ryan gets the loss, and Andrew Kittredge gets the save. As a 4 hits, Sanchez had a single, Butson had a single, Correa had a single, Polanco had a single, and then Sanchez had a walk. And now it's on the other side, 4 hits for the Rays, 2 by Margot, 1 by Meadows, and then 1 by Zunino, and then obviously Kiermaier drove in the only run for the Rays or the team on that fielder's choice, and then Margot scored the run from third. And that run, because it was after the single by Margot was at first base when Ryan left the game. So when Ryan left the game, Margot was at first base. So if Margot scored, it was going to be a charge run against Ryan, which Margot did score, so the run was charged against Ryan, so that's why he got the loss. Ryan still won at 7 1/3, and then obviously the reliever came in, whoever that was. Who was that? Alcala got the last 2 outs. Obviously the run did score when Alcala was on the mound, but like I just said, Ryan left the game when Margot was at first base, and the Margot came around to score, which means the run was charged to Ryan, so he got the loss. Kluber got the win, and then obviously Kittredge, the Rays closer, came down and shut the door. And the Rays win Game 1 of the Best of 5 ALDS, the Rays win Game 1 of the Best of 5 ALDS 1-0, and the Rays lead this Best of 5 ALDS 1-0, as the Rays beat the Twins 1-0 here in Game 1 at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Next episode of the series will be Game 2 of the series. Right here, next episode of the series will be Game 2 of this Best of 5 division series between the Twins and the Rays still, and Game 2, like I said earlier, will be at Tropicana Field, as the Rays will be leading to take a 2-0 series lead, and the Twins will be leading the tie series at 1, going back, obviously, to Target Field for Game 3, as if you're the Twins, you don't want to be down 2-0. You don't want to be down 2-0 going into Game 3. Yes, because Game 3 and Game 4, if there's a Game 4, will be at home, but it's still, even though Games 3 and 4, if there's a Game 4, will be at home, it's still hard to come back down 2-0. I mean, the Blue Jays did it in, 2015 against the Rangers, and then the Giants did it to the Reds in 2012. I mean, it has happened sometimes, but it's still hard to do, although Games 3 and 4, if there's a Game 4, will be at home. And the Blue Jays did it to the Rangers after dropping, it was in the 2015 ALDS, it was the Blue Jays and the Rangers. The Rangers won Games 1 and 2 in Toronto, and then the Blue Jays won Games 3 and 4 in Texas, and then the Blue Jays won Game 5 at home. But still, even though Games 3 and 4, like I said, if there's a Game 4, obviously, is at home at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis, it's still going to be hard to come back down 2-0. So that's why it's not a must-win for the Twins. It's literally not a must-win, but it's not actually a must-win, but for the Twins it probably is. It's not like that if they lose, the season's over, but you would really like to have a series tied at 1. As you would like the series to be tied at 1, going back to Target Field for Game 3. If you would like the series tied at 1, going back to Target Field for Game 3. As like I said, next episode of the series will be Game 2 of this series between the Twins and the Rays at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. As a pitching matchup, will be Chris Archer, a former Ray, who actually has played for the Rays in the major leagues. As a pitching matchup, the center pitching matchup for Game 2, like I said, is Chris Archer for the Twins, a former Ray, and then Shane McClanahan for the Rays. So yeah, like I said, next episode of the series will be Game 2 of this Best of 5 division series between the Minnesota Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays. And the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Green Bay Packers Madden 22 franchise series. That should be the next video on this channel, and like I said, next episode of this series will be Game 2 of this division series between the Twins and the Rays. And that next episode of the series should go up on Friday, hopefully. And next video on this channel will hopefully go up tomorrow. But like I said, next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Green Bay Packers Madden 22 franchise series. And the next episode of the series, obviously, will be Game 2 of this ALDS, of this Best of 5 ALDS. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, that's time when it closes on the board. If you have that's time when it closes on the board. If you like this episode, hit the like button. If you like this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 3 of this MLB The Show 22 Postseason series. See you in episode number 3. And eat a lot of bacon and go Twins.